Uhuru Kenyatta is set to partially tour the Ukambani region this weekend in what State House calls a scaled-down inspection of identified projects in full conformity to COVID-19 protocols. It emerges a call from Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and numerous meetings between leaders from Ukambani and government officials salvaged the trip that was otherwise deferred indefinitely. NTV's senior political affairs reporter Kennedy Muridhi with exclusive details of the last-minute turnaround by the president.
Through the office of the State House spokesperson, Kanzedena Mararo, two communications on President Uhuru Kenyatta's visit to Ukambani tell a tale of underlying issues. In a matter of minutes, the meeting was deferred until further notice to enable the president lead by example in observing the COVID-19 protocols. That is in a communique, but another statement suggested the tour was still on, deferred to a date or dates to be agreed on, but would be scaled down to identified projects involving all local leaders. NTV has established the president may make the trip this Friday and will tour two development projects. One is the Konza City, which, according to planners, is ready for investors, and his visit will give a stamp of authority. Another is a tour of the Thwake Dam, where construction is ongoing, with indications pointing to a 60% completion of the projects. However, concerns about the water being unsafe for human consumption may dampen the trip, as residents expected to benefit from the dam raised doubts. In the back and forth of the president's tour, it is emerging that public engagements will be limited to few people, as President Kenyatta's handlers argue that he has been heavily blamed for the current situation in the western region counties, where the rise in infections has led to a partial lockdown. President Kenyatta will also have to balance political interests with a simmering fallout between Ukambani leaders who, according to our source, have contributed to the president's trip being postponed twice.
Just as we are here today as we are not here, sijui chap anakuja hapa kulia, sijui Wiper wamefanya nini, na hako hapa kusema sijui hawa mko hapa kwa sababu ya maendeleo ya wananchi wa region ya Ukambani.
As he called for their unity when they visited him at State House Nairobi in mid-June, the leaders fell out again, with the three Ukambani governors faulting Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka for what they called hijacking the trip. Just last week, the governors held a closed-door meeting over the same.
Kwa sababu kuna viongozi wengine pia wanapenda tu kuonekana. Lakini ukimuuliza amefanya nini, haizi kuonyesha. Wangependa tu kuonekana ni hao, kuonekana wako na president, lakini watu wetu wanaachwa na njaa.
The initial presidential visit was to be on the 28th and 29th June, before it was pushed to 6th and 7th July. However, it was later deferred indefinitely. This prompted back-channel talks that have involved a number of leaders and government officials, including calls by Kalonzo to President Kenyatta to request vacation of the indefinite order. That is how they settled for Friday, a one-day trip.
Naomba tumkaribishe kwa furaha. Furaha tele. Furaha tele. Na mjue yeye na mudhunua, ama sivyo?
Nataka mkutano huu wa Uhuru Kenyatta akija hapa uwe ni mkutano ambao unatoa mambo ambayo yataweza kuwasaidia watu wetu. Sio tu mkutano ambao atakuja azunguke tufurahi alafu arudi na tuache tu vile vile.
We are earmarking different projects that we would like him to actually say this is what he can do, and we'll be sharing with him when he comes and when we meet his ministers.
Another contributor to the back and forth on the trip, NTV understands, is the reality that most of the projects are ongoing and at best will be only 50 or 60% complete. Kennedy Muridhi, NTV.